Hi folks, thanks again for joining me, very much appreciated. I'm Stephen Crone and this is another watercolour painting demonstration for you. I've got another winter scene today, done a couple of winter scenes this week. Again, I don't think this is as good as the one I did yesterday, if I'm honest with you. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to work as well, but you might like it. But let me show you the colours that I've used before we start. So if I take the palette, and for this one I used ultramarine, alizarin crimson, raw sienna. I don't think I used the burnt umber, and light red. So just the four colours. They're all Cotman watercolours that I use, the student grade paints. The Ron Ranson large height brush is my weapon of choice, and then I use a number 3 rigger, and then a tiny little rigger brush there just for the figures. If you're in the mood for a bit of reading, currently got 4 books on Amazon. Volume 4 is the most recent one. Almost finished volume 5. I've been saying that for 6 months, but I will get it finished eventually. Broken down each paint into a series of step-by-step photos to guide you through each one. So you'll find that on Amazon in hardback, softback and Kindle. All the links in the description. So let's get cracking on this one then. And into the sky goes a bit of alizarin, a bit of raw sienna. Raw sienna. I'm going to work that down into the foreground. I'm going to go alizarin, ultramarine. Just bash a bit of that in, and then just sort of coming down at slight diagonal angle, sort of like this. Don't know why, just seems to work better. And because I've got like several colours on the palette now, they're just blending together. I'm also picking up some of the muck on the plywood there behind, but it's all part of the painting. And they get narrower and narrower as you get towards the horizon line. Right, and now we want some distant trees. So I'm mixing all the sky colours together. And something like that, and so I'm just flicking up. Just flicking it up and trying to vary it as I go along. And then same on this side. And then what I'll do, and these ones might be slightly close, I'm just going to take the rigger brush, take a bit of that same colour. I'm just going to flick up a few tree trunks. And these are meant to be slightly closer, these trees. Well, they might even end up looking further away beyond now, I don't know yet, just see what it looks like when it's done. And then just move the ears out, something like that. And then just pop a little bit of foliage on the top. We've got a few more distant trees there. You see, you get this sort of thing going on. Just make a few clouds with a bit of tissue. Stop all that rubbish from coming down the paper. It's just like a cloud now. A bit over there as well. Soak that up at the bottom, and we're good to go. Let's do a few on the left. A few more trees on the left. Slightly closer, these ones. So I'm doing them a little bit taller. A little bit taller like that. Same thing again. Mix all the 3 colours together. I'll spread all the hairs out like that. And again, just corner of the brush. And let's bring them down. Let's make that one a bit bigger. I don't want them all the same height and nice and symmetrical and all that rubbish. Nice and natural. Right, now coming down a little bit now. So that's the most distant, that's sort of the backdrop finish now. So I want to come down into the middle ground. So I want this a lot stronger now. I'm doing stronger paint just so that it contrasts nicely. So I'm just doing a bit of red, a bit of blue. Try a bit of alizarin in there as well. Alizarin, a bit of red, a bit of blue. And this time, see how strong that looks now. Sort of flicking it up and down and up. And I might even, that distant stuff, I don't have a chance of just scraping in. About here, like a little cabin or something. I need to do that slightly higher. Right, let's do it again. Paint over it, let's do it again. It's quite small, this cabin. Actually, let's do another one there. And I got one going the other way like that. Pop down the roof, and then in front of it, just scrape a few little details and things. Could be anything like little fence posts or whatever. These are fence posts going up the hill. A few cross pieces. Just like random little details that just give the eye something to think about. Wonder what that is. Just keeps it interesting for the viewer. Back to the big brush. Imagine we've got like a little bit of water going on there. That's going off there. That's I can't resist scraping a few like little rocks and things just by this water's edge. I mean, I'm going to use this. Let's just use the rigger brush. I'm then going to get back to the rigger brush, and I'm also going to pop in a few like few more fence. Going a bit mad with the fence post today. You see, got all that very little effort for like all those little details and things going on. So just coming slightly further. Bits of grass and things popping up through the snow. Right, so that's pretty much that side done. Coming over to the other side. On similar sort of colours this time. See, look, I'm just flicking it right up like that. Also got a few trunks and things I can stick in with my fingernail. And again, just flicking a few little bits of grasses and things that are just popping out through the snow. Restraint is the order of the day here. That's going to go off there, something like that. And again, we've just got a few little fence posts going off into the distance. Now we've got a path, a winding path there, so I'm going to suggest that by just dry brushing a little bit of colour in with a hake. I'm thinking start off with a bit of rust, you know, that's sort of coming through there like that. It goes off into the distance. Just a hint of burnt umber in there as well. So just a touch of this colour scattered around there as well. a few little touches here and there. And I'll definitely need thinking maybe of having sticking a big tree maybe. I'm thinking maybe something just there. Stick the foliage in first, just light touches. And just a little bit of just needs to be a little bit drier. So I'm just taking the paint off on a tissue and then just pop it on. See how it's drying out. A lot fainter. Let's make sure it's flat. So I might just pop a few shadows in there. So I just need to determine which way are the shadows coming from, and then let's just mix the shadow. It's a simple shadow colour. I've just got alizarin, a bit of light red, a bit of blue, a bit more water than that. Don't want it too strong. I'm doing something like that, and then I'm thinking like a shadow just cast just across the foreground there. A few from the trees and things. Give that a quick dry. I'm just going to switch to the tiny little rigger brush. And I'm going to pop a little man. A little dog. And I've got their little shadows coming across. Just making sure that little shadows coming from these little posts. Sure I haven't missed any. I think I'm just going to stick a bird up in the sky, and another one, and another one. I'm going to call that one finished. Put my name in the corner. Right, let's stick a frame on that and see what it looks like. here's our finished painting. So if we go and have a closer look at it. Starting with the sky, you can see the ultramarine. There's also a bit of alizarin crimson in there and raw sienna. And a little bit of tissue work as well. I get a bit of texture with the clouds. You can see where I popped the birds in as well. Add a bit of life to the thing. So coming down, then added in the most distant trees there. You can see right in the very background. And then coming further forward, less paint, more water, much stronger mix. Using the corner of the brush. And then because it's darker, I've scraped in some little cabins there as well, and a few fence posts and random details. There's our little man and his dog walking off into the snowy landscape. A few more trees over on this left hand side as well. Just use my fingernail just to scrape in a suggestion of a few tree trunks. And you can see where I've left the white paper there on paint to suggest the snow. And then just dabs here and there, just imagine like the bits of grass is poking up between the snow. And then right in the foreground here, coming from the right, got a big shadow that sweeps across the foreground. And also a little tree here, I popped in with the rigger brush and then just dry brushed a bit of foliage into it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always for your support. If you want to join me on Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Cronin. See all the links in the description. You got all the books on Amazon. Paintings are on eBay. You'll see it all down below. So until next time, if you've got any questions, please ask. Keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.